Hello, and welcome to Spotlight on Education. I'm Dr. Jamie Savedoff, the Superintendent of East Brunswick Township Public Schools. My guests today are Mr. Hank Stankiewicz, who is our Supervisor of Technology and Business Education, and Ms. Danielle Ruggiero, who is a Library Media Specialist at Central School. And today we will be talking about technology in our schools and how we use technology to enhance the educational program. I'd like to start off with Mr. Stankiewicz, and I'd like to ask you, in your role of overseeing our elementary education program, can you describe how we're using technology in our elementary curriculum?
Oh, sure, and thank you for having me on the program. We have an absolutely wonderful program with very dedicated professionals, staff and teachers. They're very excited about what they do, and they certainly keep me on my toes. This whole technology revolution in the elementary schools started several years ago when we instituted a program called Integrating Computer Technology in the Primary Grades. Dr. Joanne Magistro and I developed a program, a plan, and worked with teachers over the summer to come up with a plan on actually integrating the technology into our existing curriculum. The program called for integrating computers into our curriculum and provided hands-on learning experiences for each child. The staff met over the summer. We developed lesson plans, previewed software, and wrote specific plans to actually integrate it into our curriculum rather than creating a whole new curriculum. The administrators in the district were extremely supportive, and without them we couldn't have done it. It was a real big success, a huge success, and we're still using that program as we speak. All of our elementary classrooms have computers in them. The workstation consists of a computer, a printer, a desk to sit at, and also a connection to a TV or large screen monitor, basically for large group instruction, so the teacher can actually do a demonstration and all the kids can see it. We have a wonderful program, and recently we had 3 dignitaries from Japan visit us. They found out about us from I'm not sure where, but they knew that we were very progressive in how we deal with technology and came over and wanted to, quite honestly, steal some of the things that we have. They got in touch with me and visited, spent the entire day with us, and were totally blown away by what we do. It was really wonderful to see that. I always thought that in Japan they had everything, and they basically didn't. They went back with a lot of stuff. They videotaped, they audio tape, took notes, and everything else. And basically they said that in Japan they teach about computers, and here in East Brunswick we teach students how to use them, which is the underlying theme of what we do here in East Brunswick. We integrate it into the curriculum, and we teach students actually how to use it rather than teaching, about particular programs. We do teach applications when it's necessary. For instance, we have a program called the Student Writing Center, which is essentially a word processing program, like Microsoft Word, but it's a lot different in that it actually teaches the writing process. It teaches students how to do research. It gives tips. There are templates that allow them to actually work with a particular piece of information, and it's a wonderful program. And we also have in the 3rd grade, we teach students how to keyboard. It's a whole program on actually getting them up to speed. Typically at the end of the program they can type up to 20 words a minute, age-appropriate words, and it lays the foundation for everything that they're going to do in using computer and technology. Excellent.
I'm very pleased to have one of our valued Media Center specialists with us today, Ms. Danielle Ruggiero. In our media centers, we have print materials and we have electronic materials. Can you speak to us about how you and your colleagues use those materials to support your colleagues in the classroom and what students are learning in the school?
Sure. One of the things that makes the partnership so strong is that the media specialists and the teachers are in constant communication with each other about what topics they're covering in the curriculum. Sometimes we email each other, we find notes in our mailboxes, we meet sometimes during common planning periods, or sometimes it's just as simple as chatting over lunch. And we're able to support them by providing them with print and non-print resources to go along with the curriculum in math, science, and social studies. A good example of this is when we taught our 3rd graders in the media period how to use a timeliner program. It's a wonderful program where the kids actually build timelines. And the way we led them into it was picking 5 or 6 events out of their life and putting them in to the program, which created a timeline. And they went on to illustrate that, and we displayed it in the front hallway of the school. They later found timelines in their social studies books. And I think that the prior knowledge of using the program assisted in understanding what a timeline really does and how it functions in social studies. Like I said before, we received tremendous support from each other and from the administration. One of the reasons why I think technology was so adaptable by the teachers and so widely accepted was because we did exactly what you said. We put it right into the curriculum. It did not become a separate subject. At any given moment, you can come into our computer lab and see students working on math applications or using a program to go along with some research in science or social studies, and the effects have been just tremendous. The students always see their teachers modeling good use of technology too, which has a very nice effect.
Excellent. As early as kindergarten, our students learn about the keyboard and general computer use. Let's take a look at 2 video clips of kindergarten lessons that help the students to develop those technology skills.
We're going to be doing all of this that we're doing right now over here is normally going to be something that just one person does by themselves in the morning. Whoever I choose the night before, the day before, to be the meteorologist, you're going to come up here and you're going to choose a helper and you're going to do this all by yourself, okay? And then we'll go over it as a class later. Okay, but we're going to do it together for a while so you all get used to what we need to do. So I'm going to call on someone to come up and click on all the different temperatures that we could possibly have, cold, warm, and hot. Who'd like to come up and click on them? Laura, come on up. So you're going to click on the 3 temperatures, and then you don't have to sit down, then you can just reach over, and we're going to choose the one that we predicted. Come on over here.
Almost sneeze.
Oh. Look up on the TV and you can see. And let's click on the warm.
Thank you. Look, let's pick up the TV.
And what about the hot? Great. And which one did we predict for today?
Warm.
Can you tell? We predicted warm. So Laura, do you want to click on the warm? Perfect. So we have that. Who'd like to come up and talk about the moisture that we can have?
Who can tell me what program we'll be using in the computer lab today? Kayla?
KidPix.
KidPix. And can anyone tell me some of the kinds of things we can do on KidPix? Carla?
We can paint.
You can paint? Very good. What else, Stephanie? Louder?
We can type.
You can type. Okay. Is there anything else that we can do on KidPix? Adam?
We can draw.
You can draw pictures. Matthew?
We can go to different places.
You can go to all different kinds of places and do fun things. Who can tell me how we open the program? How do we open the program? Joseph?
Hit KidPix.
Okay. You
Two-
hit
two-
KidPix, and then what do you do, Matthew?
You, if it's not working, you press enter.
Okay. Very good. All right. You have to press enter. All right. Now, I want you to go very quietly to the seats that you usually use. Open KidPix, and the first thing I want you to do is to stamp your name, and then you may start your picture.
Good job. Okay, now let's go paint a picture.
Long spot.
This one?
Sure. Want to draw with a pencil?
Can you tell me? Can you pretend I don't know how to do it, and you can tell me how to do it? You be the teacher, and you tell me. Say it a little louder. All right, I click on the bricks, and then what do I do? Okay. Wow. Suppose I don't want to use the bricks anymore. What would I do? So suppose I want to put a rainbow over here. How would I do that? Ah, very nice.
Each of these lessons developed skills, but each was set up differently. The second clip was from one of your kindergarten classes. And could you please describe the skills that the students were learning in this lesson?
I'd love to. Our belief has always been that the students should be exposed early on and often to technology so they feel very at home in the computer lab and become familiar with the power of technology. In the lower grades is where we start that. Our kindergartners start on the Kid Picks program, learning how to open and close programs, learning how to use the mouse properly. The program itself is very powerful, very user-friendly for children in the lower elementary grades. It allows for students to type, to stamp letters, to create pictures, to change colors. Students have a lot of creative control, but it's also very user-friendly. It teaches in a way that's very fun and encouraging, and encourages risk-taking amongst, on the part of the students.
And Mr. Stankiewicz, can you explain how the students' skills advance as they go through the curriculum?
Sure. As I mentioned before, the keyboarding instruction is designed to lay the foundation for everything that the students will do while they're in school. As they communicate, whether it be through email, organizing information for oral presentations using PowerPoint, or for doing research reports, and even for personal letters. Students are encouraged to practice these skills throughout their time at the elementary school. They learn the keyboarding program in 3rd grade, but still practice it in 4th and 5th. At each grade level, technology is integrated again into the curriculum, and our supervisors and administrators do a wonderful job of making sure that the curriculum is integrated. We make sure that we meet the state core curriculum content standards, and the model is basically that the teachers develop a need for technology in their classroom, and then the students are taken to the library to learn how to use it. And I guess the overall thing that, or theme that goes through the whole program is that it's used as a tool, not as an end in itself. We use it to actually do things, and that's what the Japanese people were very, very impressed with.
It's really safe to say that our philosophy is one in which we want to mirror authentic types of experiences.
Absolutely.
So in the world of work, somebody doesn't say, I'm going to go use the computer now. They use the computer and they need to conduct business or perform certain tasks or functions or research. And I guess our philosophy is to mirror that actual usage. Earlier you spoke about the different types of technologies that we're using. You focused on computers and TV monitors. Technology is broader than that. What other types of technologies are we using in the schools?
Well, today's students live in a technology-rich environment. They use the internet at home to play, computer games for entertainment, and some of them are even entertaining and educational. They are truly unencumbered by this whole revolution, and because they grew up with it. So when we introduce digital cameras, whether they be video or still cameras, the students look at them and say, boy, this is great, what can I do with them? And it's our job to take that to the next level. They have extremely creative minds. They want to do these things. They look at a scanner and immediately say, I can use this to bring a graphic into my report from one of the newspapers or from any piece of material that they've found. And that's where the staff comes in. They cooperatively work together to put this stuff into their hands and make sure that they understand how to use it. The Media Center specialists play an important role in that. They are the ones that deliver the instruction. They're the ones that help the teachers in the classroom. The teachers actually bring their students to the technology lab, and together they learn how to use the program and then go back to their classroom and use it on that single computer that they have in the classroom, or come back into the Media Center to actually use it to complete a task.
The students also have tremendous opportunity to use video equipment. The district broadcasting system has had a tremendous effect on the students. We're fortunate to have the capabilities that we do. Each day our students broadcast the morning news rather than hearing them on a traditional PA system. The announcements have actually evolved into a morning news program with our students as the broadcasters and the stars. At Central School, we videotaped our 2nd graders recently performing book talks that they wrote themselves. They watched teachers model a book talk, they selected a book, and thought about what the important elements were to share with someone when you were talking about a book that you've read. We studied public speaking. At that level, it's just eye contact, tone of voice, volume, which actually is, sets the stage for future success in oral presentations, and also with the state standardized, the ESPA and the GEPA. that come up later. They learned about self-evaluation, looking at themselves on the videotape and thinking, how did I do this well? What can I do better next time? It was a wonderful process, very instructional, but also very functional and very fun for the students. We've also used a broadcast system with the 4th grade foreign language program. The students actually teleconferenced with, video conferenced rather, with Irwin School. And they were very anxious to share their knowledge of the French and Spanish language with their friends at Irwin. It was just a treat for everyone. It was wonderful.
You know, many people have a fear of public speaking. It's one of the #1 fears that people have to get up in front of a group. Over the past several years, as we use technology, have you found that the students, because they're taping and performing, that it's helping them to overcome some of the natural fears that we as human beings have of getting up in front of audiences and speaking?
Absolutely. I know as a student myself, the first time I ever evaluated myself on video was when I was in the corporate world. Our students are doing that in the lower elementary grades. They get very comfortable with seeing themselves on video, with getting up in front of their classmates, and it really becomes a very natural element, you know, within the curriculum.
That's great. Let's take a look at students performing some of these activities that you spoke about.
Hi, my name is Christina W. Chill, and I read the book Amelia Bedelia by Peggy Parrish. This book is about Amelia Bedelia doing crazy stuff. My favorite part was when the boy was thinking that the principal was an alligator. I recommend this book for kids that like Black Lagoon books.
So we have the technical people, you start your stuff. Announcers, better settle yourselves at the table here, go through the table.
Go ahead, girls.
Okay, so you did Bagel Easy Pass and everything?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so if we don't have okay.
What does a speech language specialist do?
Oh, that's a hard one. We have to do a lot of things besides testing through observation.
I'm going to say my sports. The Knicks win 88-86 to the Sacramento Kings. Nets also. On the set, you're on. Good morning, Bound Monroe. Today is Monday, February 26, 2001. Now here's Erin and Ori with the pledge. Please stay for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Now here's Sydney with the weather. Bonjour, je m'appelle Sydney. C'est lundi, le 26 février. El 27 de febrero 2001. El tiempo es bueno, hace sol. And today's birthday greetings go out to Naomi Stahl in 4th grade and from our own cast, Tynesha Banks from 4th grade. Happy birthday! Oh boy, bad news. Now that Dale Earnhardt died, Dale Earnhardt Jr. hits the wall on the first lap. Number 21, Kenny Wallace, kind of bumped him at the Duralube 400. Now here's a special report about teachers with Amanda and Mrs. Zima. An award was given on February 22nd to Mrs. Zima for Teacher of the Year for New Jersey for Autistic Children. This award was given by COSAC, Center for Outreach Service. Bring your books now. I repeat, now. See, this is an example. See, this is their name and their grade. We hope you have a great day.
Developing skills so that students can use technology is certainly an important part of our elementary program. What steps have we taken to ensure that students protect and respect the equipment that we've purchased and that they are using technology responsibly?
Okay, before students or staff, even for that matter, even sign on to the computer, okay, they must read and abide by our acceptable use policy. The acceptable use policy deals with things that they are able to do and things that they're not able to do on the using our network. And we basically tell them that using the computer is a privilege. It's not a right. And it can be taken away at any time if they use it inappropriately. We know students do read the acceptable use policy. We send home a little green card that the parents sign, and it comes back to us. We keep it on file. And we also know that staff and students read the policy because once they boot the computer up, a little pop-up window comes up and says, I accept the acceptable use policy, and they can't go any further unless they accept it. Students in kindergarten, okay, same as the students in the higher grades, also have to do it, and it's not an option. We teach students at the kindergarten level all the things that they shouldn't do with a computer, like eat next to the keyboard or have food around the mouse. We teach them how to put a disk into the computer, how to clean the screen, how to use a CD-ROM. These are all things that are taught in the kindergarten level, and we continue to teach them as they move through the different levels.
And from what I've observed, we have relatively little breakage, and our computers are in use for a long time. So your observation has been that our students do respect the investment that we've made in the technology.
I agree. As Mr. Stankiewicz said, we review the district acceptable use policy at the beginning of the year. We discuss it in detail, what it means and what it means to be a computer user. The students are aware that the policy is in place to protect them and also to guide them when they're making their decisions about what to do on the computer. As far as handling the equipment, we teach them, as Mr. Stankiewicz said, to handle the equipment properly. We've had little or no incident, as far as I know, about breakage. They're very responsible. They're aware that the equipment is there for them as well as the teachers, and they really take ownership over it and handle it very responsibly.
Oh, that's great. Providing the technology to our teachers is really half of the equation, and the other half of the equation is the training component and helping teachers to understand and use technology effectively. What have we done to train our teachers on the implementation of technology in the classroom?
As a district, we've been very aggressive in providing educational opportunities for staff. We strongly feel that before teachers can teach students to use computers, they need to know how to use them themselves. And to that end, we've offered summer development workshops, staff development workshops, many of them over the summer on specific tools to use for the educational process. Summer staff development workshops like the one that was used to develop the technology in the primary grades workshop, and it's done in all curricular areas, it's not technology specific. It's done in language arts, science, social studies, all the particular areas. There are also monthly department meetings that can be used as staff development if there's a particular area that staff need. We offer 2 staff development days, throughout the year that the administrators get together and with teacher input decide what it is that's going to happen on those 2 days. We also have at the Smith Annex the Middlesex County Educational Training Center, which we received a grant from the Department of Education, to house this center, and it was a competitive grant, and we won, which was very nice. And the Department of Education decided that we needed to, or all schools needed to, develop more technology at the classroom level. And so anybody from Middlesex County, any teacher from Middlesex County is capable of going to this center. Of course, they have to pay a fee. And there are many, many programs. The people out there can look at our website, the ebnet.org, and look under the ETTC and see some of the wonderful programs that are available to staff. They offer programs anywhere from intermediate and advanced Microsoft Word to PowerPoint to Excel to web page design, just about anything you could possibly want. There's even a course on developing things for the elementary classroom. Karen Warner's the director. She does a wonderful job of providing the training, and our staff go there free.
And also, I think it's important to note, not only is this an outstanding resource for our teachers and for the county, but we have been able to run the program at no cost to the East Brunswick taxpayers through grants, through state grants, and also through the fee structure that is imposed on the other districts. So we have this terrific resource, and it's at no cost to our local taxpayers.
And one of the things that's interesting as well is that some of our staff that go to these workshops then come back to the school district, to their local schools, and deliver that training to staff there in the school.
And teachers teaching teachers is a very effective way of spreading the
Some of our
the
teachers
knowledge.
even go back to the ETCC and deliver workshops there.
That's terrific. Recently, and I don't know if you've been aware of this, but through a grant from the Bill and Melissa Gates Foundation to the state of New Jersey, the state of New Jersey is starting a new program called New Jersey Elite. And it is a very impressive program that will bring together superintendents, assistant superintendents, building principals, and supervisors to engage in learning as to how to effectively move to the next step in the utilization of technology. We'll focus on 7 dimensions. It's called Millikan's 7 dimensions, which are learners, learning environments, professional competency, system capacity, community connections, technology capacity, and accountability, and begin to, in an in-depth way, explore how we can move to the next step. And I'm very pleased that East Brunswick has been selected as one of the first districts to be included in this training. And not only will we receive the benefit of the training, but we will also be eligible to receive scanners and laptops and digital cameras to bring back to the school district. So I'm very pleased that we were recognized as one of the leaders in technology in the state and have been offered one of the opportunities to be one of the first districts. In the short time that I've been here, I've been quite impressed with how our teachers use technology in the East Brunswick schools. Everything that you've heard here today, and we've focused on our elementary level, but we also do a great deal through our middle school, junior high school, and our high school levels. Our staff has made a commitment to learn how to best use technology. Our Board of Education is very committed to technology in the schools and has made a major investment, along with our community that has truly supported us in this endeavor. And we do have a technology committee of community residents and administrators and teachers that meet on a monthly basis to help enhance how we use technology in the district. I'm sure that this commitment will continue, and we will continue to prepare our children for the 21st century.
Absolutely.
Because technology is not a fad, it's something that is going to increase, and our students need to be technologically proficient. Mr. Stankiewicz and Ms. Ruggiero, thank you very much for joining me today and for the information that you've provided.
Thanks
It's our
for having
pleasure.
us.
Thank you.